What is going on, guys? How's it going? Yippee, Nora, Spherus, and we've got in Dalek as well. How's it all going? How's everyone's weekend been? How is everyone's weekend been? So, we are back. Necro. Feels good to be back after a month's long hiatus from Necro. It was good to be on Druid, but I'm glad to be back to Necro and start to farm stuff ready for Paragon 1000. Which really and truthfully, we should be able to hit. We should be able to hit very soon. Jibs, how's it going? Laura, I started the stream early today. It was about 10-15 seconds earlier than normal on that countdown, you know? But I want to get into this, you know. We've got Winds of Fortune I haven't touched yet. And we've got to do Terrorist I haven't touched yet. And we've also got 100 crests. I did just go ahead and just get the rest of them so we can have a stack of 100 to do. Why not? You know, just become partner as well. So hopefully that give me some luck. We had plenty of luck last time, right? I forget how many 5 stars I actually managed to pull last time, but I know it was a lot. It was a lot. So let's activate Winds of Fortune before I forget. It's in here, isn't it? It is in vents. Winds of Fortune. Activate. Yes. What's my best class after Necro? Well, I've only played Necro and Druid now, so. So, you know, I would have to say, I like Druid. Druid is a lot of fun, but I'm intrigued to see kind of what it turns into in, say, like half a year's time, right? Let's get some 5 stars. I hope so, man. I hope so. One thing I will say, though, guys, before we even kick off, don't do this. Don't do it. Just don't. Not worth. Not worth it at all. Okay, let's find some. What we're going to roll to today. Alex, yo, how's it going, man? Okay, let's get some +3 Verge, 2k, and leave. Manflux is a scam. Trouble is, there's a very small amount of people that actually like it, and I just can't understand why. I just can't understand it. Like, does anyone understand why? Like, I know that there was like some dot builds going around, but I still think then there's probably even better gems than just using mana flux, because you just can't control where it goes. You can't control what one you get proc. It's just bad. Like, the main thing that's bad about it is the fact that you haven't got control of which one procs, and the fact they share a cooldown. Right, evening. If they didn't share a cooldown, if they were like Crimson, then it would be much better, right? Crimson is a much better gem when it comes to the way it works. Much better. The trouble is, you're probably right there. They probably like it because you get to see little Ragnaros come up and do your burn. But the downside is 90% of the time will be Ragnaros that actually shows up, because you're not going to be below 50% health very often, right? Unless you purposely make yourself go below 50%. And who's going to really do that? You're probably right there, Laura Spears. Probably very right. You're probably very right. It's just, I think once people realize that the gem is actually, you know, bad, they will then get off that, suppose, that kind of, you know, opinion, right? Because it's just such a bad gem. Like, it really is. I leveled it to 8. I looked at it a bit, had a bit of a play around with it, but then I was on mouse streams last night. Obviously, as you know, Noran Spirits, and he did all the testing for science that was needed. So you know, and it was interesting to see Borof's and Indez video today as well, and that was a very good video of it. Let's go. Exactly, Havoc. And I mentioned that even in my video, and I know Indez and Orof mentioned it in their video. Like, the only sort of builds this could potentially do anything good with is a full kind of dot build, but that is very niche. 90+% people, you know, of people are going to just say not use it. I tested it with the dot resolution, right? And you know, dot resolution is just terrible because of the 20 seconds. It's just not worth. Because someone mentioned about dot resolution yesterday in mouse stream. The TDL is just terrible, Gem. It's just crap. It's not worth leveling unless you're playing one of them really niche builds where you could potentially make it work, right? Like, there is a Necro build that is going around which you can slot it into, but even then there's probably better gems you could use. But then wouldn't you just use a different gem that's going to just produce even more damage from them dots that are already on there instead of just giving... Do you see what I mean? No, the dot damage it does produce is nice, but there's better gems out there to give you, you know, a higher dot damage of the dots that's already on the targets. And if you're using a resolution build, then it's just pointless. Potentially that could have worked, but I think they should have made it so it doesn't share a cooldown with each other, so you could actually have both proc at the same time, right? And it should have been... It should have probably been 10-second cooldown, or instead of having a 10-second cooldown, keep it at 20, but have... Oh, we've all left. But have a longer duration, right? Have a longer duration. Like 4 seconds is weird when most other things are 6, right? Exactly, there we go. If they'd have had the dot last 6 seconds, then it would have been, you know, a slightly better gem. But even then, because of the shared cooldown, it's just... The shared cooldown for me is... It does ruin the gem slightly. Well, I say slightly, a lot. It's going to be a gem that's debated for quite some time, I think, because there is them people that do kind of believe it is a good gem. Mana Flux gem should have just gained the stored mana, and the cards collected should then be slotted multiple for... I mean, they could have done it slightly differently, I suppose, the gem completely, but the way it works is fine, but it's just... It needed to be more like Crimson's, where you had both being available at the same time, because at this moment is 1 minute you're above 50% health and you proc Ragnaros, then 10 seconds later you're below and you proc nothing. The mana is pointless. The mana side of it is pointless. The mana is just the 20 seconds, right? The mana side of it is pointless. But see, Mornskull is a much superior gem to mana. Much superior. It's Mornskull I use in a lot of builds. Like, Mornskull is really strong. Because you got to think, most of the time we do go up against, like, especially in this sort of, you know, this sort of build, you're going up against multiple targets, so you're going to have the highest proc all of the time. But you think how hard it is to remain at 50% or 50% or less life at all times to try and get the silence to proc, right? It's just not possible. And the silence being the better one you want to use for PvP. But even then, the silence is strange because it only silences your skills and not your primary. Primary is still active. So you can still cast primary and you can still move. So if you silence someone that is a primary attack build, then rip, right? The card should have an effect on the gem. It's currently in a bad state. The gem is... The trouble is that they didn't want to obviously have the cards. If they'd have done some sort of roll on that, so it rolled a card instead of having like Ragnaros or the Use. Let's say it had like 4 different cards that it could possibly roll and you had a 25% chance of it rolling on one of those instead of it being based on health. That could have been interesting. The only good thing about the gem is... I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. The suspense. I know, Nor. We get free stuff. We love free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff, man? We got loads of free stuff for this event. It's just that some of the parts of the event were lackluster. I say some. A lot of the parts of the event were lackluster. Sadly. Oh, I'd agree there. You know, 100% Norspirus. 100%. You don't have to squeeze another OP gem into your setup. But it almost feels like Blizz knew like this gem wasn't going to be as, you know, as powerful and as good, simply because they put so many available like on the shop for purchase, you know, which I know we have to spend money on, but they didn't do as many with Mornskull and with the what's it called in the shop as well, right? It is in the shop, isn't it? You know, the ones where you get the daily rewards that you pay like £20 for, like. There's like 3 on the last one instead of it just being 1, I think, like it normally is. we can all go to sleep at night knowing we have more gem power. Like, I can guarantee you, if the gem had been more of an OP gem, there wouldn't have been as many that you could get your hands on as easily. Like, one thing I've heard people saying about is how easy it was to get their hands on all of the copies they needed, even without really going into many resources. I'll just keep mine at level 8 for now. If I get more today when I do my 100 crests, which I will do, then I may consider leveling it to 10 in the future. Because if they do end up changing something, or in some weird scenario something happens and it becomes a gem that works well with someone else, then, you know, who knows. But I can't see it happening. But I mean, if you've already got a high level seeping bowl, then keep it and use it. But my opinion to a lot of people is that seeping is a gem that I personally wouldn't, you know, level up, because there is better. But if you've already got it at a high level, then, you know, utilize it. I think that's always been my opinion on that gem. It was good at the start of the game because, you know, dot gem. But it slipped off as we got more power creep. I would never put pearls into a 2-star gem. What a waste of time putting pearls into a 2-star gem. I haven't hit 10 yet. Wow. Crimson was your first. Mornskull for me confused me with the mages doing Soulfire. So you sacked it? Man, Mornskull is such an OP. Such an OP gem. I rate Mornskull really highly. Obviously, my opinion. Just as I rate Crimson really highly in PvP. Not necessarily in PvE though. I had to see what I can do. I've been playing around with Discord again. I did get rid of a channel yesterday and added a YouTube member section, which I'm working on. So if you are a YouTube member, you most probably see that show up. Vipers is a weird gem because Vipers is good in PvP, but in PvE, it actually is a damage reduction. Because in a dot resolution build, you don't actually need dot gems. You want damage amping gems, and then you just need the helm for your dot and agments. And then you've got enough dots. No problems at all then. I never use Vipers in a dot resolution build, ever. The amount of testing I've done with it on a dummy, I actually lose damage. Vipers is still powerful in PvP because it's it reduces attack speed, right? So it can be really annoying. Yeah, Vipers is an interesting gem, Yivy. Like you would expect, like when you say dot resolution, I don't know how it works out on with Saders on their dot resolution. You know, I'm presuming it would work exactly the same. You know, it'd be a damage reduction, other than putting in a damage amping gem. But it is still a good gem in PvP. But every test I've done on the dummy when it comes to like the raid build, and any dot resolution build, it just doesn't match up. But in a dot resolution build, you would expect to use a lot of dot gems, right? It just doesn't work that way. The dots you need are just the helm, which is Studied Menace. Then you use agments, and then you've got obviously the dot from Roiling Consequences, and that's all really you need, because they're up so often that they just get resolved and they just do tons and tons of damage. Yeah, Vipers at rank 10 in PvP is great. So do I recommend leveling it? Yeah, but using it for PvP. Abiding is a really good gem for PvP. Still haven't got 10. Abiding is a really good gem in PvP. If you're a low spender, right? Low to mid spender. If you want a good 2-star, Abiding Curse is good. And it would probably be... I mean, it would be on par with Vipers, I should expect, without doing too much testing. Oh, we're at 9. There we go. Finally see the message come up. That's how good the gem is, Gibby. Abiding Curse is really good. Really good gem. I even think... Did I put that in my gem guide? I think I did mention Abiding Curse. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. 100% sure I did. Now, Volatility Shard and Igneous Scorn are very interesting gems because they have like that secondary part once you get to a certain rank, right, for when it increases your damage after the explosion for a period of time. I think it's on both of them, right, from memory. Increased damage for 2 seconds, so it's got that secondary little bit to it, which is kind of interesting. Oh, all alone. I think I might just finish this up by myself. Nearly done. Can I get 2k by myself? Possibly. Once we're done this, we'll start, I need to do Vanguard, I think. And then possibly 100 Crest straight after that. Get them done, then TRs. And this is so laggy in this map today. Has the game been laggy for anyone else today? I've not been on really too much. I did a video, but... You may have some of the tests. Maybe for Indes as well. Okay, intrigued. This map seems super laggy. We'll see what it's in like in other game modes. I may have to restart the game. $1,800. Couldn't quite match the 2k, but I think we need one more run, right? Wow. Just because I couldn't get to 2k. Slightly under the points. Ruined. It's a different map now. We'll see if this is still laggy as well. This one doesn't feel... It's just when you collect loot. It's the loot lag. Sure of it. Look. What we were saying on the helm, maybe try to do ×3 spies that will say 2 to 3. And I'm intrigued to see though if you can just spam out the Vanguard even past the 5 and still get a an ancient helm if and when it does drop. It's loot lag. 100% it's loot lag. It seems fine when I'm killing. Look. As soon as I go and pick someone up. So let's see if I get a bit of loot that I can actually pick up. It's that stupid loot lag that we sometimes get. There we go, some elites. So there you go, you watch. Look at that loot lag. As soon as it's loot, lag, lag, lag. Awful. Optimization, right? So what level are people sitting at the moment then? Is anyone like hit 980 yet? Yeah, I could die and get the gem, but you know, I could just leave and get the gem, right? There we go. That's interesting, Spears. Very interesting. So that is that one done. Okay. Leave that. Leave all those. Inventory full. Collect that and delete. I think for Vanguard, we'll just simply use... So I haven't set up builds up for this properly yet. So I think I'll just use the dungeon build. YOLO. 100 Crest after Vanguard. Just want to get Vanguard out of the way, and then we'll do 100 Crests. I think I'm just going to jump in and do it as an elite 4. Elite 4 of a level 4. Yes, my mind is completely blown. To fix it, I've been opening my bags and it goes away for about 30 seconds and come back. Now I found out the cause. Wonder what it could be the cause even one for me then on PC.
Very well.
Intrigued. Rip, puddin'. Rip. Go V10. I have not set up a build for Vanguard properly yet on this. You can't even log in. Rip, man. What device are you using? Have you done like full updates to the iPad? You and Nora play on the iPad minis, yeah. I've never heard anything bad about like playing on iPads. Yeah, give it a reset, man. There's got to be a reason for it. Why would someone leave after one? Come on, guys. Find one. It gives me a chance to put a message out on Discord. Make sure game mode is on. Yeah, that's true about iPhones and iPads, right? Game mode is a good thing to have on.
Very well. Let us face the darkness as one.
Yeah. If he's updated it to one of the recent iOSs, that could be causing the issue. Oh, it was your cache. There we go. Liverman, how's it going? Nice to see you back on Necro. Yeah, it's a nice feeling to come back to it. It feels like I don't know if he was on Inda's stream yesterday, but I jumped on for an hour or so, and I was saying it was nice to, it kind of like feels like home to come back to the class. Got some upgrading to the gear that I need to do, but thanks for the follow on Twitch. And another. Thank you very much. You run all games through it. It's not iPad, it's a tablet on it. Okay, okay. It doesn't like the cache. Oh, rip. It doesn't like the cache being full up then. Oh, these one party run guys. What the hell? Let's go. Got 3 more to do. Then we can get on with 100 crests. Don't do anything really on my tablet. It is literally there to just watch like Netflix and shit, and it's got all my logins for VPNs for work. It's the only thing I use my iPad for. Pretty bad. Dog DJ, welcome on in, new to the game. Can I suggest what's the best class for late game as per DPS and focus of free to play only? Well, as I play mainly Necro and I've only ever played one other class, Druid, I would definitely point you in the direction of Necro. Necro is great. You can have a lot of fun with Necro as a free to play, and I think any class really. If you're playing free to play and you want to just do like PvE, blasting the damage, then I think you could get away with mostly any class. Gaming, video recording, editing, all on the iPad. Oh, that's impressive, I must say. That reminds me, like Risha, she does everything on her phone. It's unbelievable. You want to switch role? Played Necro for 2 to 3 years in PoE. Man, I would then just say you could pretty much go with everyone's what sort of playstyle you like. You know, in PvE content, you can go for whatever you really want to go for. Even as a free to play. Especially if you're new to the game and you're just coming into it and you're seeing it for the first time. Obviously, you're not new to the genre, so... What made you want to try out Diablo Immortal then after playing PoE for so long? Always intrigued by that. You only played Diablo 2 and 3. Man, Diablo 3 was great fun. Had a blast playing that for years. But you can get away with in PvE. You can get away with mostly any class you want to. Don't get me wrong. There's always going to be flavors of the month, right? Like there is in any game. But coming from a game like PoE and Diablo 3, you clearly know how to build your classes, so you're going to have a blast. Crusader or Mage? Crusader does very well. Mage also does very well. Or Wizard, you know. Some very, very strong builds in both PvE and PvP. Last one, and then 100 crest, guys. I think my next class after this set of essences come out and I do videos for both, you're going to try the Crusader. Yeah, I think that would be probably one class I do want to try out. And I think it's because it's got a, what we call a dot resolution build on it. And because Necro is like dot resolution as well. I think that kind of, you know, flows well over to that class quite nicely with the gem setup. So I think Crusader will be one that I do want to go to in the future. That sounds exciting, doesn't it? You know, game's been out 3 years, but Lorif here has only ever played 2 classes. It's like new game. Oh, by the way, is there any AFK, like, AFK farming like you can do with Necro? I mean, you can pretty much do AFK farming with any class, within reason. But other classes, you know, like Necro, do have the upper hand because of summons. Love your Seder with 6k pot, yeah. Four Legos. I haven't done any AFK farming for a while, but I think I will probably do some this week because we're now pushing towards that 1,000, right? Let's leave these people. Bye. Okay. Switch back over builds. Farm build. Okay, we got exactly 100. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll give it a minute or two, see if anyone else is going to be coming in, and then we'll get a roll on. So predictions, guys. 100 crests. How many 5-stars will we get? Welcome on in, Drew. Cheers, man. Predictions then, guys. How many are we going to get? 7 5-stars. Yippy's going quite high. 7. Cool. We got an even higher one, an 8. An 8, eh? An 8. I reckon we're going to get, I'm going to say 5. I reckon we'll get 5. I don't think it's going to be like it was last time. I've got that partner mode activated. Yeah, I did. It's all been switched on. So hopefully, you know, but last time we didn't need it, right? Last time I'm sure we got like 11 last time, right? Something crazy like that. It was crazy amounts of 5-stars dropping. It boosts my chances. 0. Oh man, can you imagine doing 100 and getting nothing? That would be rough. 100 and nothing. I think I'd have to turn off the stream. Don't say it, man. It is literally impossible because you're guaranteed to get 1 every 50, but so the least amount I could get would be 2, right? Anyway, let's do it. Let's do it. First go. Close my eyes. I normally back away and then we just like sneak in. Where's he gonna spawn? Up here? Will we get one on the first go? That is a question. They're dropping. First roll. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, it's 1 down. We don't want to go with this, do we? Nah. We don't want to go with this. It would be silly. It would be silly. Don't do it. I think there's a lot of us partners that are saying that that should be a thing that's permanent, right? Like they take it away and put it back in at random times. It just feels odd. Like just replaying Elder Rift just seems much better than what we currently do, right? So, second run. Will we have one? I don't even know what my pity's at. Nope. So second run, 0. It's not looking good so far, guys. It's not like before, but they were raining down even on the first 2 runs. Let's hope this run does something different. If we get like 4 on this run, then all will be forgiven. Next one, white beam. Drew said it. Free spiteful. I could actually do with some like Colossus engines, to be fair. You say this one, Drew. There, this one. Drew's calling it. Drew says this one. Oh, he's right. He's right. Did anyone see what it was? I didn't. What was it? Did anyone catch it? Stormbolt. What rank is it then, Drew? What rank? You said we were going to get a 5-star, but can you predict the rank as well? Two. I reckon it's going to be a 2 as well. Well played. Okay, it was the start to the 5 stars. Hopefully that's the start and we're going to get some good ones going forward, right? Run 4. Nora's predicting 2 white. You're getting 2 more white beams across the whole run, Nora. So I'm only going to get 3 in total. This loot lag is just awful today. Look at it. 8 Rift, 4-star Jade. I wouldn't mind a Jade dropping. As long as it's a sellable Jade, that'll be alright. Okay, run 4. No white beams. Man, this is being brutal. Not bad, Bud. Not bad. Okay, run 5 then. This is bringing us up to 50. Oh, you didn't get the one you wanted then, Thomas. Unlucky, unlucky. Gods of RNG, we pray to you. Give us a white beam. Come on. What is this? What is going on? Damn. Damn, 50-1. 50-1. You know what we're gonna do, guys? We know what we're gonna do. We're gonna exit the game. We're gonna exit the game. And we're gonna reload the game. It's gotta be a relog, right? Where is the white beams? What is going on? What is going on? I'll get at least 4. Man, I'm really hoping we get something good now. We need something good to happen in this next 50. Max, we've done 50 crests and we've only got 1 white beam. We need some luck. Oh, we need some luck. We need to draw in that energy from the gods of RNG. Steve has entered. Steve has said now that he's here, the 5 stars are coming. It's going to be all good. Welcome in, Steve. Green Core, welcome in. Today you got your first 5 star. So you have a feeling I'm going to be lucky as well. I hope so in its next 50 run. You know, the good thing is I have got a few more orbs. So we'll see. It's been happening the same to you. It's brutal. This is brutal. Last time we had it raining down. Maybe we just did too well last time. White beam this time 100%. Drew has called it. I think the relog actually fixed the loot lag. I shouldn't really speak too quickly, right? I think it has. Last time was a 5 out of 5 blood flow, buddy. I think, was that the last 100 crests we did? It must have been, right? It must be. Oh, we can see a white beam there. There is a white beam. More of the deep, guys. Steve, you said it. You was right. It's not what we wanted, but Yippie's cool and 3 out of 5. I reckon this one's gonna be a 4. 3. Yippee! Look at you. Yippee coming in there with the right amount. Predictions, guys. It's the best food in the game. You predicted it even before you see the white beam. Well played. Okay, we're going to have 3 sellable ones in this one now. Sellable 2-star, 2 out of 5 Wolf Yacht. We're holding to that, man. Pudding, that's hilarious. What's going on with the gems, though? Nothing, guys. Nothing. So far, out of 70 crests, we've had 2. This game is mocking me. We don't know about the mocking laughters, but this game is mocking me tonight. Damn. Okay. All sellable ones. We've got 3 runs of full sellable gems. Let's do it. 3 white beams incoming. It normally takes a good few weeks to save them up. I do buy though. I do buy some, Drew. So every couple of weeks, I'll spend some and get some of the bundles that have crests and orbs, so you get the best value. Wow. I don't even know what to say. All I can say is food. Next run, scoring 2. I'm not even mad. trouble is, 1s and 2s feed other gems, right? So I can't be mad. A 2 out of 80 is brutal. I suppose this just proves the theory of streamer lag, right? Just proves it. I'm not tall enough to get mad. Six white beams. Can you imagine that? That would be something for the history books. Oh, rip. 2 beams. Fuck that. Laura, if now your partner, I'll do the cursing for you. Oh. Oh. Did you see that, guys? It's a gem that I want. Maybe there needs to be a blood sacrifice. The death will work. We got a Colossus engine. Here we go. So that's 3 out of 90. Now, this is sellable, so we want this to be high, right? Because then there's a chance that I may sell it. Just let it roll down. Get your predictions in before it comes up. 4 out of 5 sellable. Damn. 4 out of 5 sellable. Not complaining at that, eh? What does it even go for? What does it go for? I'm just gonna go straight and just check. I mean, yeah. Last 10. We may do a bonus. We may do a bonus 10 as well. Still very nice. 4 out of 5 sellable is nice, man. I have 2k, 100k plat is nice. I agree. Selling is just brutal. Making platinum at the moment is just brutal, right? Everyone's feeling that, yeah? I'm not the only one. There's a lot of talk about that at the moment as well, so. Come back. They're 216k over there. Man, that's tempting. We can see there's a white. There's a white. Definitely a white. I didn't see what it was, but there's 2. There's 2, boys. All sellable. 5 out of 5 just to spite me. Two. And a 4. Wow. Wow. That doesn't go for a lot though, right? Another 4-star though. So out of 100, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total, right? But the good thing is, we've still got this going on, right? How close are we to completing that? Yeah, wow. Still a bit. How many extra crests did that give me? 4? I brought the other crest, right? Yeah. Okay. Bonus 10. Just for reasons, right? Who cares? Last time we did a bonus 10, I think we had a good drop. Pretty sure the last bonus 10 we did, we got something. I think we like got more blood flows, right? I think it was like 2 extra. Okay. The bonus 10 wasn't good. But some more food. Some more food. More food. Just filled up the bags with food, right? I definitely needed more food, so this is 90k, 23k, and a 50k, say. Still got my 2 blood flows sitting there. Still got these 2, this 2 sitting there. So we got plenty of food for gems. But this is why I wanted the blood flow, because that blood flow a Colossus. But now it's tempting to sell, right? Because this is already a rank 4. So I only really need to get, I'd be better off selling that and then buying rank 2 ones, right? It's the best way of doing it. Most convenient way of doing it, that's for sure. Yeah, it's the best way. If you've got a higher level, then you just, or higher rank, you just sell it by the lower ones. Oh, the market is rough, man. On pools, the market is rough at the moment. If you want to sell stuff, it's really rough. 200k on yours. So Nora, what did you say it was on yours, Nora, for that Colossus? How much are the 2 stars going for on your server, Nora Spears? That's rough. So we did 110 crests and we got 5. Colossus is 216. What are they selling? What are they selling for? There's 2 stars. 2s are 55. Okay, so my 2's on here. 55. But the 4s are right down cheap. And that is rough. Oh man, yeah, I forgot we had the Prodigy Path available again. That's something I'm buoyant by. Yeah, obviously you've got to pay your taxes on it, right? So you'd get a lot less, but still better than what I would get over here. Much better than I'd get over here. And this is rough. I've not made it this week, but extra time next week. Okay. Now we need to do TRs. But we'll probably have to go sort through this first. Actually, no, I don't care because the less loot I pick up, the less lag, right? So we'll look at legendaries later. What time we at? Reset coming up in... I might as well wait for reset. Sell for the right price for sure. Yeah, 100%. You don't want to be selling it too cheap, right? To me, the 90 just seems way too cheap for a 4 out of 5 Colossus. Hi, Strong. How's it going? Always summoner when I don't want it to be. Don't think I'm using the right build to survive a summoner. Wow. You'd sell all when you're going to try the classes. Yeah, I went to Druid and and we've got new essences coming out soon. And I want to be back on Necro for when the new essences come out. You know, new builds, hopefully. Don't know why I just collected all those like that. New essences coming out with the new builds. And then I think we'll do the same for Druid. Go collect all the new essences and do new builds. And then we'll go to another class. I think that's kind of how I'm going to play it. Works out well because then we can get new builds out for onto the channel, right? Thanks for the follow on Twitch, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, all accounts I can see why people do it. I can't justify the time to do it. But I'm happy. I'm over 4K on the Resonance, so. I'll be definitely going back to test the new essences on Druid as well. 100%. It'll definitely be getting them all on this, making some builds, seeing what works, seeing what don't, giving my opinions of them. You know, there'll probably be, hopefully, like 4 videos for Necro, I should expect, and probably the same for Druid, if not more for Druid, because of the new essences, right? At a moment there where I thought I wasn't on the right difficulty, but I am on I8. Good. Nice. I sit around about this. Look, I think I can just surpass 4-1, which I'm happy with. But it is just like, you know, slow progress now, right? You know, when it comes to my gems, this I will be getting rid of. I don't need more of a deep. I tested it out. It was all right, but most of my gems now, like I got 6 rank 6 5 out of 5 jade. I don't use echoing, but I use it, so if I orcs my void in it, I will just use my echoing in there, but I don't use it for any builds at the moment. It's one I had for summoner long time ago. Haven't used it for food, won't use it for food just in case. Before I could do with another bottled hope, and I could do with a 5-star to drop. That'd be nice. Roiling again, 4. Could do with a 5-star. You know, and then obviously this one, I need to get it to rank 6. This is the next one I need to rank up. But I don't want to do it with this one because this one's worth selling. You stop the rank after rank? Yeah, 100%. You know, I probably will go and rank up. You know, I think on my... Which one was it? Rank 6. Look, I've got a 32% upgrade on this. To get this to rank 7. Which is slow, but we'll get there with it. I've got rank 6 blood flow, 5 out of 5. And I've got 2 others sitting here as well to do upgrades with. So plenty of options. Plenty of options. You get into close to your 5k wings. Nice. Nice, Nora. Progress goes slow after rank 6. Yeah, 100% it does. Anyway, we should be ready for TRs now. What map was it on? Oh, library. Nice. Cheers, Mick. So ready to get 5k wings. I'm hoping at some point they're going to say to us that the wings slots are going to be available to lower kind of resonance. I think it's like 6k at the moment, right? Wouldn't it be nice if they lowered that to say 4k, so then their wing slots opened up at 4k? It'd be nice, even if there's not many slots in them, but it would be nice just to have that little bit extra, right? Would be awesome. I'm just upgrading the gems inside gems. Yeah, that's pretty much what I really do. But then it's still managing to get those gems, right? And it's still a slow progress. It's definitely a slog once you get past 4k to start pushing towards that 5k. Why are we gone? Why is that spawning me here? That is weird, right? Cutthroat is still so expensive, agreed. And Unity, yeah, some of them are just ridiculously expensive. Have I done any this week? No. Where is the guy? Where are my guys? The area is no longer available. We'll get Tempest and Druid, new essences. Hope they do something about Wiz and Barb too. OP and Crusader and Dungeons. I'm hoping it'd be interesting to see what they're going to do with nerfs, right? Nerf is always a word that people don't want to hear. But, and I say but, it's going to happen. We know it. How many gems are needed for rank 7? Probably tell you that. So you need a total of 26 rank 1s. Which is as well 1,575 gem fragments. Wiz OP in PvP. I think a lot of people would agree with you there, Mika. Too OP, right? Druid is getting crazy new essences, you know. I really hope they do get some really good interesting essences. Wizards are harmless. I'm going to have to put the new Necro build together that people have been playing and see what it's actually like. And give my opinions on it. I don't really know what it is. At the moment, I need to get someone to... I've got someone that can send me the build. That someone's been playing. That's probably a really good plan, Mika. Rank 6 is like a really good place to be with your gems. From like a mid spender, right? I just find that certain gems, if I get them drop, I will potentially add them to my progress on that particular gem. Especially if they're unbound. Or if they're bound, sorry. If they're unbound, then I would sell them just to get further upgrades at a better price, especially if they're a higher rank like that one today. Yeah, mid spender. So DH Wiz, as per No Name Hero. Maybe they should just not nerf and just bring up other classes in line with the strongest class. That would probably break the game though. One run done. Next week I really have to start farming I8. Need to really do some more. Not got hardly any wisps. So we could have some streams next week where we just do nothing but dungeons, maybe. Have I got the right magic attributes on my necro gears? Yeah. I do have to do some changing up though, because coming from Druid back over to Necro, some of my gear is not 100%. But it's all good. A few days and I'll have all the necessary stuff I need. So, and because we've got the new i8 stuff coming and Paragon 1000, I'm not too worried. I need to drop some class affixes that are on my gears. You know, too many class affixes on gears is actually a bad thing, because then you lose out on other stats. So I must say, now I've actually done like the swapping of classes, it could be done much simpler, right? When it comes to the shared stash. Necro and Sada was your favorite. In D3, I always liked Necro, Monk, and Witch Doctor. Definitely hope we get some improvements to the grinds that we have to do now, though, guys. So many different grinds every week we have to do. They need to kind of like combine some of them. I was very hyped for Diablo 4 originally when they first announced it, but then playing it, I was very disappointed and stopped. And that's exactly why I continued playing DI. Which I'm glad I did, because then I've now built this community, right? The channel has been built. Should you try D4 hardcore? I mean, if you want to. Hardcore playing for me is just like one of those things I never really did, because I would be so disappointed losing a character.
I need a corpse for that.
Yeah, if I'd have continued playing D4, I don't think I'd have got to where I've got now, right? That's for sure. And to become a partner, that's like, yeah, that's almost like a, it sounds weird, but that's almost like as a Blizzard fan, that's almost like a dream come true, right? You know, a Blizzard fan, it's something that is always nice to be able to have that direct communication with the team. To put kind of, you know, opinions over, give ideas, report bugs, have that direct communication. It's nice. And I wish it was auto salvage. As soon as your bags hit full, I wish your pet would just go rip some of them and go and just salvage them. Done. Be so much easier. Give auto salvage. Any ideas what Blizz should add to the game? I mean, instead of adding new stuff, I would like to see some really good quality of life improvements. I think quality of life improvements sometimes are better than adding something new. Like, I think we can all agree that the dopamine fix that we would like to get with a game that is like an ARPG, you don't really get much of that anymore. You know, even with the ancient helms, like you collect them 100 fragment things and then you go to craft your ancient helm, and then once it's crafted, you're like, oh, is that it? And it wasn't really exciting. There wasn't anything ancient about it. It wasn't really that much better than our normal helms that we can go and get. So reforged stones, scraps, auto salvage, yeah. Right, we need more reforged stones. They should make them be rewarded for like doing some PvE content, maybe Vanguard. Scraps, they probably need to allow us to have more because of enchanting. Auto salvage on a familiar would be great. They should get rid of the tax on selling things. I mean, they could, but I still think that would then cause other issues, right? Because then you would just get more farmers that want to sell stuff. Maybe lower the plat, yeah. I don't think they should ever get rid of it. That is there for a valid reason. I mean, there is plenty of improvements they can do to the game for what we've already got, right? Don't get me wrong, I would like to see some fresh game modes, but improving what we've already got, like hidden layers. Hidden layers are not used for anything. Not used for anything. So what could they do with hidden layers? And we've touched on this before. So when you get to a certain level of normal gem, right? You have to then use the echo crystals. So why not make so hidden layers can drop some of these? But that's exactly why the tax there is there. It's to do with the bots. New dungeons. I think new dungeons are always good, and I think that could add some good changes, because then that means you can get new sets. Welcome on in, man. How's it going? No, I'd like to see them improve the ancient helms to make them actually feel ancient. Because at the moment in time, I would rather just use a normal helm. Maybe on the ancient helms, they could have like a unique affix. That is for your class, obviously your class, whatever the ability would be. So I don't know, Necro on the helm, on the ancient helm, Grim Scythe would be able to do something extra, and you would only get that extra thing because you're using the helm. But it would be like on top of having the essence that you could put on that helm as well. That would make it very unique. Then it would make it worth going after them, because then potentially they could be a major upgrade just because of that. And then as they do more ancient gear, because I've got a feeling they will, they could do that within other skills, right? And then you'd have reason to actually feel that you've worked towards something instead of it just feeling a downer. There's just nothing to work towards at the moment, which is what a lot of the complaints are. A lot of grinding for little rewarding. What bugged me, have I got the ancient helm on at the moment? Yeah, I have. So what bugged me about the ancient helm is, I'll show you. So, in Diablo 3, as you may know, they have ancient legendaries. Them ancient legendaries are perfect rolls. So you don't need to go in and do any enchant. You don't need to do any enchant. They're 100% perfect. So, this is an ancient helm. Why can I still roll higher? Like, to me, this should have been 6. This should have been 6. Or 4, sorry. This should have been 4, sorry. This should have been 6. This should have been whatever the max is on this for beneficial effects. However that high that could go, probably 6, right? Because I can't even roll that any higher because it's just not even on this list. But these should have been perfect rolls. They should have both been top rolls. Bet is 6. Yeah, exactly. So that should have been 6 as well. If they had rolled perfect rolls, they would have made the helm much better. And in my opinion, these stats that are here, these should have been a lot higher. Oh yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I'd agree. It should be the most perfect rolls it could possibly be. And that's what I expected it to be when they announced it. Because I knew what ancient gear was like in Diablo 3. It was like perfect. The highest stat it could possibly be. But these are just too low. Like the CR probably should have been closer to the 3000. And these should have probably been closer maybe to the 800 on each roll. For the first like i7 helm. Or maybe they could have done it so it was an i7 that had i8 gear or stats, right? Because what's the i8 stats like? Can we see the i8 stats? You know what I mean? $640, $660. Like, what is the point? Like, what's the point? 2659. Like, there's no point in these. No point whatsoever. The amount of time and effort it takes to farm these, or time and effort it takes to farm them in the other kind of like Vanguard or Open World or Terrorist, whatever, it's just too much for the lack of reward. So they should have been them moments where you look at the piece of gear when you get it and you go, wow. And then you really feel the difference. Like, almost, wouldn't say game changing, but you know that you've equipped a massive upgrade. And the fact is, as well, that this just is called the Horde Splitter's Spirit. When you put an essence on there, it doesn't change this. It doesn't actually put, like, underneath it in brackets. So it'd be nice to have, like, Studied Menace. Right? I'm gonna do a video on it, I think. Give my opinions on it in a video, because I know some people have already done videos, but I'd like to put my 2 cents in as well, so to speak.
The balance is preserved.
They should do it like in D2 and D3. Yeah. What build would recommend for Necro, Summon, or Bone? I wouldn't. The issue with Necros is if you go into the Summon road, you're going to end up getting yourself forced into staying Summon builds. Where if you go down the road of kind of, you know, Corpse Lance, Grim Scythe, you'll probably have a much better time. Summon builds are still really strong, but they're very kind of like niche builds. And the summons are quite slow as well when it comes to like keeping up with your character when you're moving at 70%. The other problem with the helms are that for some classes or builds like Lance, BK, and Wiz, Terra Fix alone will be better. Yeah. And that is the issue, right? Another video that I would like to do is one about class affixes, right? Because I personally think that class affixes should be able to drop anywhere. Oh man, there's like so many builds on there. So many builds. Do a video update on Bone build. So let me go to my content list. What do you think or recommend next to try, Necro or Sailor? That's a difficult question to answer because I love Necro, so I would always say Necro. Try this this video. This video here is very good. Simply because it covers a lot of the builds that are used in this year so far. That covers all the good builds that you want to use. It tells you, yeah, it's a really good guide. Not much has obviously changed recently because the meta has been quite stale. That's why I'm hoping for some really good essences this time around. You have old Sailor essences. Well, I mean, if you've already got some, you're going to have an easier start, right? Negro is just a lot of fun. And I've got an absolute shit ton of content, right? For Necro. There's not a build that I haven't covered. And the good thing is the builds are all kind of like evergreen. They especially for PvE, they don't change much. We just get new builds that work maybe slightly better, but all the builds are still viable. Not yet. I don't even know how many essences I've got. I've got like 8. Yeah, I've got like 18. So this week, I'm going to be pre-farming like a boss. Hello all. Welcome in, Jerome. Hello all. Are there precedences where they bump up a legendary gem? Because that's the only reason I still haven't converted my mana flux. Mana flux is yeah, I wouldn't level it. Bit of a meme. Thank you. It's because right now I'm using summon build, but it doesn't do that much DPS like bone build. The trouble is with summon build is it does take a... You need to build it correctly for it to do like a really, really good damage. And it can do really insane amounts of damage if you build it correctly. If you don't build it correctly, then it will be subpar. You played all the classes in Diablo Immortal, but for some reason I love playing Barbarian the most. I mean, Barbarian, you know, is a good class, isn't it? I think any time you've used a Barb in any of the Diablo games, it's always going to be a good class to go. I'm looking forward to trying it out when I get to that stage. Where is all the spawns? We still live? We're still live. I just can't see the mob slot. There we go. How strange was that? You want me to... Let me do this run and I'll show you quickly. In 10 seconds on a dummy test, I reckon I could probably do like probably 15 million a second in that burst. You see a lot of hate about this new collab and want to know my opinion about all the new stuff they bring. So I did a complete video on it, and give it a complete rating, depending on like based on each kind of bit of content we had. And I actually think it's not bad. It was a bug, yeah. I think it's not bad. When it comes to a collab, I suppose we've had better, right? We didn't get a boss. You know, the last one we had when we got the Crimson Bell Hit gem, the Berserker event, was much better crossover. But I think this time round we got a lot of free stuff this time round. Tons of free stuff. But the thing is, the Fractured Plains didn't really feel like the cards did much for you in there. And I think you'll find it'll be the same with the Trial of the Hearth. The cards are just, yeah, just something to collect. They could have done it in a much better way, make the cards be more impactful, right, on the actual content. But I still like the fact that you've got to collect them. And all of the freebies you got with that part of the event, I would give that part a 10 out of 10 every day, because the freebies that we got we got a lot of them. It's just the implementation of the new gem. The new gem is very lackluster. It does not very good. I don't recommend it for at least 90% of players. I wouldn't recommend the new 2-star gem at all. It's just not worth it for most players. I think the new Battle Pass cosmetic, really nice. I think the Phantom cosmetic, although, yeah, it's paid for, really nice. I think the Core Rager, the little pet here, really nice. Probably one of the best looking familiar skins we've had. So I think overall, the patch and the event is good. It's just it has a lot of downsides. The Phantom market is good, and I understand it from people's perspective. Like, it's a lot of money to spend, but the visually it looks great. Yeah, it's just the fact that the Mana Flux gem is not very good. And I know there's a lot of people, there's people out there that will disagree with that, you know, but I think in my opinion, and I think a lot of other people's opinions are, and I knew straight away when I see the gem, it wasn't going to be very good. It's just got so many downsides to the gem. Ragnaros from WoW is like so nostalgic, right? And the same with his Core Rager for WoW players. But the gem itself should have maybe just been done differently. You know, if they'd have done it in a way that it was like Crimson, where they shared a different cooldown, so that one had a longer cooldown than the other, for sure. Was a boss a long time ago in WoW? It was, but then it came back in Firelands. It was all Molten Core originally. Nora likes the little golem that follows her around in a dress, the cosmetic familiar. I like it. I like that golem as well. I think the golem's quite cool. I don't think so. I don't think they will change it at all when it comes to that new 2-star gem. I think it will stay as is. I think if it was a gem we could get our hands on all of the time, then they may have precedence to change it, because yeah, but I think because it's a limited time event gem, I just don't think they will. But they needed to have separate cooldowns. I was going to do a video on the new 2-star and like show it and everything, but I just can't. It's just a gem that I can't do a video for it. It's just not a very good gem. I think there's going to be a couple of creators that have already done it and kind of give their opinions, and I think that's enough. How many's that done now? That's 5. Let's do one. Let's do another one in this area before it closes down. How long you think it takes to get to 1,000? Might be 2 to 3 weeks. Well, from now. From my level now, I think I'll be Paragon level 1,000, not this week, but the following week. I got a video coming out on Tuesday about what you should do when you want to try and grind to the next milestone. And that goes for any next milestone. This one's kind of like an evergreen video, so to speak. Any next milestone we have when it comes to the next big Paragon, you want to follow this video that comes out on Tuesday. Don't know if there's anyone out there that's reached 980 yet. Has any of you guys reached Paragon 980 yet? I know there's some people that are close, but and the only reason I say that is because I know 975 is 5%, so do 972. Nice, it's still good. I think you can still, within reason, get to, you know, did I still keep that written down? So Paragon 1000 is going to open up on the 25th. Actual server Paragon level will be the 25th, 1000. And I personally think you'll be able to get Paragon 1000 on week commencing the 11th of August. If you plan everything right. But watch the video Tuesday on what you need to plan. $976, nice. Don't know what the highest in my clan is. Do we have anyone that's hit? 979, so they're not hitting that 980 yet. Not this week. I think a week on Monday I'll be able to get there. And I think a lot of you guys will as well. I definitely think next week has to be about farming I8, ready for pushing that 1,000. So then as soon as I hit 1,000, I can just either equip or craft. And then farm all of the new essences. It'd be nice to get them all within a few days. I mean, I normally do. I normally get them done in about 48, 72 hours after release is normally my time frame. I think we have to do another one here before this one shuts, because I think the next area that's opening up is the Orphan area, right? Yeah, Darkwood. Hate Darkwood. It was a map for this. This would be 7. Got a lot of Legos to have a look at though. Is it bugged again? Yeah, it's bugged out again. Look. What is this? Being killed by invisible enemies. They're not doing much damage though. Look at them, they're not doing much damage. This is a brilliant bug. Thank you. Revive. Is it fixed? Should be. Yep. Yeah, I've not seen a bug like that before either. Very interesting little bug. You've seen the part where Gollum stares on a bug and does nothing. That's a bug that's been around for a little while. Just a moment, make coffee, funny bug. It is a really weird bug. I don't know. I've never seen that do that in Terrorist before. The Golem's just AFK. Yeah. There were some weird bugs on Druid when it comes to like transformations as well when I was playing Druid. Always going to get bugs in games like this, alright? They always happen to slip through the net. Just one of those things, and then we have to try and find them and report them. Spawns are quite slow here today. Normally they're a lot faster than this. Even doing this solo, they're normally faster than this. Oh, it seemed a bit better for a second. Let's go down here. Hopefully we're getting information about the new essences this week. Be nice. So we can start really thinking about builds. Always like to get them a little bit earlier. And then be able to see them, you know, in advance instead of getting them in the same week as they release. I hope we're going to get something that's meta changing. Get rid of this spin to win build and have something else meta changing. But this build is so strong, so it's going to have to be something else if it changes it. It's going to have to be a big thing to change. How many do we need to do the last run? Oh, 100, that's not bad.
is inevitable. No escape.
Nice. Didn't take too long. It's nice. It's a shame about these. It's worth a keep though. And for all of that, I think there's only one that I'm going to keep. You should always get like some gear ready for that. I might keep this as well because I need some crit hit damage, believe it or not. Yeah, you want Vifus, you want Agments, Barons. Okay, you said about, someone said about asking about how much damage I can do in 10 seconds, right? Let's go see, since I haven't been necro for a while. I think my raid build's all... Yeah, raid build's all set. Check wallbound room. Damage. Good. Okay. 10 seconds then, yeah? For 10 those, yeah. So 10 seconds, that 13 million. Probably push them more than that, I reckon. We got blood flow, we got that there. This is actually probably not as good as something else now. But I mean, this is 24%. This will be 18% here, right? So it might actually be better here, just for reasonings that testing at a dummy, that you would put that in. So you would just go lower resonance and just go with that 1-star instead, because misery is just extra damage when it comes to dot res. You know, a very good start, but you know, it definitely does more damage with misery, right? Misery definitely does more damage single target than what Mornskull would. Bottled Hope is definitely worth having, simply because of the cooldown as well. Pretty sure this would be the best sort of setup. I would just change to the build like this. I would honestly just change from summons and go for the summon like this. Honestly. Going for a summon like this is going to be probably more beneficial for you. See, I think I see like a 16, even a 17 million at one point now. In a 10 seconds burst. Summons are very niche. The thing with summons is when you come to doing your reforges, you have to make sure they're all on point. All your enchants, you want to be on point. You know, mine are not. I'm all mine good at the moment. Like this helps. I'm still a little bit lower on the damage than what I'd normally like. And I'd like this to be slightly higher. Secondaries, I'd like my potency to be higher. But the thing with my pot, like this, I need to actually, that's even the wrong way around, right? Sure, got, yeah, that rank 8 is fine in there. You know, I just don't have enough. I just don't have enough gems for yellow sockets. I need more gems for yellow sockets, right? Just follow my gem guide. Just follow that build there. That guide there is all for gems you need for like this build, summon build, PvP builds. And if you have any questions, come and jump in Discord, man. Trouble is you have to wait for that burst period every time. I mean, I'm fairly happy with that. Just seeing I've just switched back over. But you see where all the damage comes from, right? It's all that dot res. But I'm still not 100% happy with kind of the build. Well, I say the build, just my setup, my gear. I definitely want more pot. And just to reduce these two down. I know I've got to run keys. I could do some re-rolls as well. Because I got 185 of these, believe it or not. 185 stones. That's unheard of, guys. I don't remember the last time I had 185 of those. Invite expired? Even when you go through the link that it comes up in when you do Discord. Does it show it? On that link? The link worked for me when I just clicked it. It's not letting you. Anyone else having that issues? Okay, I'll have a look at it. Let me do another invite. Try that one. It's not letting you. Very odd. Do a reset and see if you still get the same issue. I have been doing some changes to it, but I don't think I've upset the link. I've been adding stuff like members area for members that are people that are members on YouTube. So if you are a member, you will be getting a separate section of Discord show up. But just gonna make sure I brought everything from the vendors. Seems it is a reset tomorrow. Actually, I want to just save that in. Whoa. I did. And I did. Good. Shady stock. Just clearing up all of these guys, and then I think we're gonna call it a night. It's been a have a good stream. Good streaming, good chatting. Keep that. One thing I do before I come off then, we'll do one run. One run of Survivor's Bane. Haven't done it since I've been back onto Necro. Slow and steady. Character looks really dark. That's better. Hang on, Zone. What is that? Okay, we'll go Monk. Now we'll go with this. Take Monk again. Really want to see if they've fixed the health pot thing. Definitely didn't show up the other day when we was doing this for the health pot telling you where to go. It was very strange. We'll go Demon Hunter. Hopefully we'll get another Demon Hunter. Oh. My God. That was close. Thought I was a goner there early. Oh, nice. I'm a Demon Hunter as well. So we've got 2 Monk, 2 Demon Hunter. And I think we'll go with the Crusader one because we can get some heals from that, which is really good. Okay, let's blast. Wow. I think they should have made the Hearthstone cards do something in here as well, right? Says invite is invalid. That's very weird because that was a brand new generated invite as well. I have to keep an eye to see if other people are joining. I'm pretty sure I've had plenty of people join today. We get people join every single day. Just very odd. Maybe some sort of little bug that's going on with Discord. So the link worked with your phone, just not with the PC. Well, that's weird. At least you got in though, that's the main thing. Hopefully the new setup where it kind of like welcomes you to the channel and it kind of feels smooth picking your class and stuff. Let me know. Giovanni. Hi there, just log in after only but you from my beloved queen. Thanks for joining. We're just doing a quick Survivor's Bane run. I say quick. We're just going to do a full run, and then once the full run's done, I will be ending the stream. Working week begins again tomorrow. The joys of Monday, eh? The joys of Monday. But we got videos planned. Already got a video out ready for Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that one, guys. We'll have another video out probably for Thursday. Maybe Friday. But then we'll be streaming again Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, as always. Discord has some improvements as well. If you aren't on the Discord and you're still watching the stream, come and jump in. Loads of people on there always chatting about different builds, guides, and just general conversation. So if you ever need any help, any new players, I think it's great that the game has still got new players joining every day, right? Ramas, how's it going? I'm very well. Could have had a better luck on the old 100 run, but how are you then, Ramas? You're leaving, need to go work. Thanks for the tips and wish you a great Sunday. Take care. Have a good day at work. No one but you. Damn, I'm Italian. Doing great. Good, good. The grind for higher Paragon level this week though, right? For everyone trying to push to that 1,000. Ready for when we get the new essences. He was finally able to catch the stream, but too late. That's all right. There's going to be plenty more streams going forward, man. As we've now settled into the schedule of 3 streams a week. You're bound to catch at least one of them in the week. No, I think I've settled quite nicely into the Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Fits my schedules quite nicely, and then it means I can still get videos done. Oh, you do watch them when you're playing DI as well? Nice. I used to always watch restreams when playing D3 years ago. If I missed a stream was when it was like maybe Quinn or someone like that, I would always go back and rewatch the streams. Always. Just, yeah, because of the chill vibe, you know. Now I find that some of the D3 guys I used to watch, you know, Bloodshed, Quinn, they had their very kind of a chill vibe. There was people that had a bit more of a hype. And I know on some of Quinn's streams they could be really hype. But I prefer myself just a chill stream, just like you guys do. It's just something you can just chill to while playing the game yourself. That's what I was saying to Indes on his stream yesterday when I joined him for an hour. It's literally like, I prefer to stream this way because it's what I would like if I was watching a stream myself. And I like it because I can answer everyone's questions. And I try and communicate with everyone. Very relaxing to play the eye and watch Loris chill stream vibe. Nice. I think Mal's the same as well. You ever watch Mal? He's a very chilled. Must just be a Brit thing. The guys who are British and they play DI just very chilled. You watch Mal as well? Yeah, I was on his stream last night. It was good. He is. I like Maui. He's a nice guy. Very chill dude. Don't know if I've ever watched one of Keys' streams. What sort of time does Keys stream? Yeah, I suppose that's good then. If he's heavily into PvP, and obviously you are as well, then it's ideal, right? Six to 11 West Coast, yeah. Fridays and Sundays, so he has set days as well. That's good. I like he's got set days. Routine is always good. You're all NA West, yeah. I think it's great that I can just come on and stream like this time in the UK, like from 9:30 in the evening until 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and still have, you know, like we've got 25 people on at the moment watching. I think that's great. Oh, so you actually go and play versus Keys? I bet that's fun. That's like with Nora and Spirus. When Nora and Spirus are on, I always end up in BGs against them, with them. Just today we didn't do any PvP today. I've still got to make the build for Necro. There's a new build going around. I'll look at that this week, and then possibly Wednesday we'll do PvP. I hope we get a PvP build, new PvP build for Necros, right? That'd be kind of nice. Complete new PvP build. Meta changing essence. That's what we need. Or just to bring back proximal fear. I think this should be the last map. Can we get any more cooldown reduction though? We might be able to. We'll have the area effect though. Let's go over here. Movement speed, health, freezing. It's gotta be this one. Butcher's up. Don't want to kill the butcher yet. I want to see if I can get more cooldown. We must have got all the cooldown. That was a nice easy run, 15 minutes. Victory. We got quite a few done that time round. Nice. This is the thing that bugs me. They need to just put a salvage button somewhere for this. Because I'm trying to be careful with my inventory because I don't want to collect all this. Because it's got experience in it. Okay, guys, that is today's stream done. It's been a blast. It's been very chilled. I know, Ramos, you got in here late, but much appreciated you coming in. Always nice to see some familiar faces. Been lots of new people in the stream today as well, so it's been nice having all the new guys in. As I've mentioned a number of times, if you're not in the Discord, jump in. I've been making some changes. There is member area now, which will have more channels coming to it for different things for members to kind of do, requests and stuff like that. Maybe even have some sort of account looking at. You're looking at people's accounts through membership, something like that, if people want help with stuff, you know. So maybe we'll tie that into it. I'm not unsure what I'm going to do with it yet, but we'll see. It's just something new that I'm trying just to see if it sparks any interests. But as always, guys, it's been a blast. Videos are going to be out, definitely one on Tuesday. It's already scheduled in. Hopefully getting one out for Wednesday or for Thursday or Friday. And then I'm going to be working on builds throughout the rest of the week to see what's going to be, especially this new PvP build that's going around. I'm intrigued. Apparently it's like really dot heavy. So I'm going to be trying that out with the Necro before we hear about the new essences. Hopefully that will be soon in the next coming days as well. Would be very nice to hear about the new essences early. And then we can really start going into them, talking about them on stream, on videos, and getting into all of that nice shenanigans. But guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the start of your working week, and we will see you on Wednesday. Cheers, guys.